Hello, hello, hello. What is going on, everyone? Thank you for tuning into this impromptu Sunday Funday stream. Just hanging out today. Going to be looking at Muzzle Run's new football or soccer game that's coming out. I'm going to be talking anything PFL. So if you have any questions about the game, things like that, please let me know. And then finally, going to be working on my next tool that'll be coming to Photo Finish Live. Hopefully, being released on this week's episode of Across the Board, but maybe I'll have a little alpha leak depending on how the stream goes today. It's kind of trippy. The mug almost looks transparent. So today will be pretty chill. Nothing super formal planned. I'm actually working on some dev stuff right now, quickly. And then we'll probably get into Muzzle Run. No real plans for today. Just kind of hanging out, talking. So if you have any questions about anything, whether it's a game, even if I'm not playing, let me know. Would love to look into it. Let's just chill and have a good day today. Let's fire up Mo's music once again. We'll get that going here. Nice, nice, nice. I see Mo was in chat. Oh, still is in chat. Thank you. This is actually really old. This was before I got into PFL, before kind of lost everything. But yeah, no, it's going well. I like it. I miss it. I love it. I love it. What games are you excited for today, Mo? And then we've got looks like Sasha DH in here. Hey Sasha, how you doing? What platform are you on? I'm not seeing that come through. Texans Jags game, big fantasy implications for my big money league. Let's go. Who do you have in that game? Stroud, Etienne, and McManus. Wow. Good luck, Mo. Good luck. That is a game and a half. Stroud. What a pickup. I mean, it's got to be a blast having him around this season. Originally had Aaron Rodgers. Talk about a double whammy. Wow. Yeah. So yeah, talk about that a little bit right now. So what, here's my first, I guess I'll say, alpha leak. Since you asked, and that's my rule. It's like, if you want to know, you got to ask. Really, as Photo Finish ramps up, we have more people coming into the space, more people unsure of the financial commitment to get into the game, what that looks like, how much they need to spend, how they should structure their stable, right? And while I don't love giving valuations or telling people how to spend their money, I hate the idea of giving any sort of financial advice. What I'm building is very similar to the Claiming Corral, but it it allows you to very, very quickly, at a glance, determine how your horse is priced that you could be purchasing compared to the rest of the market. And again, I'm not trying to tell you to buy or to not buy, but instead trying to give you a little bit more pricing transparency um, into how something could look. For example, if you're looking to buy a female horse, you might see one listed at 80, you might see another one listed at 150. Well, a lot can go into that. So, age, grade, preferences. And I want to provide you with a quick way of being able to make a decision on what could be best for your particular stable setup, your long term strategy, as well as your financial situation. Um, if that answers your question, let me know if you have other questions. Oh, Sasha's on YouTube. Awesome. Thank you for watching on YouTube. I really appreciate that. So for whatever reason, that's not coming through my multi-stream. Oh, there it is. Now it's coming through my multi-stream chat. Awesome. Let's see, can I do... Huh. Awesome. Thank you, Mo. I appreciate that. So yeah, so now what I'm currently working on off screen, I guess like looking through you all into my screen, is just some last minute tweaks. I've got the infrastructure in place this morning. Uh, it seems to be working correctly. So now just kind of working on some QA things and some styling, and we should be good to go early this week for sure. Sasha says, "Love your stud finder tool. Just discovered it a couple days ago, and what a time saver. That's awesome. I love that, and I really like the way, appreciate the way you phrase that, Sasha. That's my goal. It's like, again, I don't want to tell you how to do it, but I want to give you the ability to be able to use it and then apply it to whatever strategy, saving you time, making better decisions, faster decisions for you is what my content, my tools are all about." That should be good. That should be good. Should just be the color. But I'm also, I mean, just kind of as an aside, non PFL related, I am really excited for, I mean, I'm intrigued by Muzzle Run's new football game, soccer game that they're launching. I've been following Muzzle Run for a long time, kind of at arm's length. I'm in their Discord, but again, I'm not very active in any Discords. Period. It's more of just kind of a knowledge share for me. Get updates on what's going on, what's important. I just don't have the time to be in a Discord chatting as much as I would love to be. Um, but very intrigued by this. I'm a huge soccer fan. I'm a huge just sports fan in general. Dog racing was never really my big interest. But I've seen what they've done with it. I've seen how they built it. I've seen how they've communicated, how transparent they are. I just think it's a very, very good team. They may not have the, and I mean this is no disrespect, they might not have the experience that Photo Finish does, but they are delivering very well in my opinion, and communicating and being incredibly transparent, which I've absolutely loved and developed a lot in a pretty short period of time. Yeah, exactly, Mo. I feel the exact same way. Mo says, "Yeah, I have some muzzle run dogs. I always want to get more into it, but no time." Sasha says, "Your thought on next season coming? Will be lots of new foals, but are we onboarding enough new people for those? And can we expect a price drop in horses?" Um, Again, not financial advice, but my thought is that when just kind of the nature of the supply and demand, you're going to see a decrease in prices. So there will be an opportunity to find maybe some diamonds in the rough and some value there. But when you pair that increase along with a decrease in stimmies, and depending on how that changes over time, it's I think a lot of horses are going to lose value. And I know that a lot of the stimmies have decreased this season. Um, so I think we're going to see, quality may still stay high for some of those, premium horses that are out there. But I think we're going to see a lot of horses kind of fall off or fall to the wayside. Um, so I'm going to say there's going to be my thoughts on this. Total speculation. I have no idea. Is that we're going to see overall, if we look at the whole ecosystem, maybe some price drops. But I still think the value horses are going to stay at a premium. There's no reason why those should drop. Especially with I mean, I know we're inflating the market size, but when we decrease that over time as those get retired and filtered out, um, I think then we'll see prices start to increase again over the long term. Great question, Sasha. Would love to know your thoughts on it too. Yeah. Yeah, Mo says the only way prices come down is if claimer prices come down. That's definitely going to be a huge factor in it, for sure. But I don't see that happening. I don't think it would make sense to do that, even if we have this influx of horses that aren't maybe as useful. Oh, wonderful. That works. Sweet. Mo says, plus Ian will come up with some wild stimmy replacement. I'm always blown away with what they come up with. Yeah, and yeah, I think Ian and the team do an excellent job of just, with long-term thinking and long-term strategy on that to keep the game sustainable. Like that is first and foremost. You see so many people out here who are just like, yeah, let's build or provide a solution for the now. Let's build or and I don't see them doing that at all, which is really really cool. This mug is so trippy, I can't get over it. The ghost mug. Um, yeah, I think I'm ready. What is that? I forget what that is. Sasha says, I'm hesitant to sell some horses and secure profits. In the past projects I was holding for too long, got left with nothing, lost everything pretty much. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be common, especially with when you go from the bull to the bear. It's going to be tough, and you just got to do what's right for you. If that's something you need and your financial situation is very much tied to this, then please do what's in your best interest. Regardless of what that strategy is, do that for you. I've put my money in. I have gotten to a point where some things that I've taken out personally, um, not even money, but just whether that be clothing or physical artwork. To me, along with the time that I've spent in the space because of my initial investment, has made it all worthwhile. So I'm in a very fortunate position myself where I don't have anything like life savings or anything tied into this. And this is very much just a passion project and hobby for me. Is that perfect? That's good. I had some horses that I sold photo finish pretty immediately, but I kept that money in the ecosystem. And that's allowed me to do some other things. So it applied to my long term strategy. So that's what kind of kept me going there. Awesome. All right, I'm about 3 minutes away from doing a little teaser reveal of this. People are still here. There we go. All right, yeah, we will. I'll bring this over right now. Clear all those out. Oh, I do need to edit one thing. Oh, awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, we're about 30 seconds away from a teaser. once every 45. Yeah, that's right. Okay. It is now teaser time. All right, here we go. So what we are looking at here is called the Horse Hub. And we'll zoom in. So the Horse Hub is basically a marketplace aggregator that takes all of the horses on the marketplace. It updates every hour, approximately the 45th minute. And and yeah, shout out to got the Barn Blessings donation here. Great donation cause. Money goes to kids in the Philippines. I can't stream without mentioning this. There's the address to donate. Please do so in USDC. But again, yeah, great cause out there. So Horse Hub. What this does is it's very similar to the Claiming Corral. And I love my silly names. But this is going to allow you to filter and save with a great level of granularity and also make evaluation decisions quickly. So let's run through a hypothetical situation. I'm not going to go through all of the columns here yet, but they're very similar to the Claiming Corral. Very similar. So I'm going to say I'm looking for, now I'm going to go to horse preference. Did I get rid of that? Price, medium price, grade, direction, surface, condition, gender, win rates. I must have gotten rid of that. Horse preference was in there. I'll add it back in. But let's do a direction of greater than and equal to 2. So I'm looking for what I would, deem to be high value horses. Let's see if I can add to that. So surface greater than or equal to 2, and then condition greater than or equal to, we'll say 1.5. Let's change this from age greater than or equal to 2. So I want horses that can run. I would say between 2 and 4. Or yeah. I mean, I'll just say, 2 and 4. And then we'll add a direction greater than or equal to 2. So this is going to bundle all of these together, and it's going to bundle age with this. So now, as you can see here, I have a list of, there are 805 total horses on the marketplace right now. This got us down to 64. So now I'm going to look at, okay, what is my budget? Let's say less than equal to 125,000 Derby. And that's going to get us down to 23 horses. So very quickly now I can look at these horses at a glance. And now the one thing that I think is kind of interesting here when we're looking at this is this column right here, which is median price. And what median price is going to do is, I got to get horse pref back in here. That's killing me. I'll get that in a minute. Um, what that's going to do is allow you to say, okay, well, it's going to look at the horse's age, their grade, and their track preferences and their gender. So 4 factors to look at horse value, because obviously the discrepancy between male and female is going to be high. The discrepancy between, and I guess the frequency between track preferences and depending on how your stable setup is going to be important for you. And then obviously the discrepancy currently between grade is going to vary differently. So when you look at, again, the grade, pref, gender, and age, also, yeah, age, like when is a horse able to run? There's been a lot of conversation lately about peak aging. So combining all those factors in together, it's going to say, okay, what are all horses that have the exact same of those factors, given the current filter set? And, well, I can see right now that there aren't really many for, a RDF with all of these filters. That's a 3-year-old male, right? So if I look, however, like, let's just do this. Let's go to 4, 3, and 4. So as you scroll down, you'll see a bunch of zeros here, right? That's because given those 4 factors of grade, preference, gender, and age, there may be only one existing horse on the market. However, if we look at this horse right here, Visarch, we see the number of 19,999. What this tells us is that Visarch is currently priced about 20,000 Derby over the median market value for A+ RTF male horses who are age 4. Now, that doesn't mean that Visarch is necessarily overpriced. It just means that we need to look at why this could be. In some cases, there may not be a good case. But in this case, I can see, well, wow, he's very high track preferences right here. And his total earnings are 103,000. And he's in age 4. So, okay, well, let's go ahead and let's click Visarch. It'll pull up his listing. You can see there the career earnings. And you can buy directly then from this screen if you want to. So again, it's a super quick, super fast way to identify, like, well, okay, this is a slight premium given the median value, but here's why. He's won a lot of money and he's very high pref and he's age 4. It fits within my budget. Boom, I can do that. And just like within the claiming corral, this is going to save my filter so I can refresh the page. So once I have it like configured the way I want, I just keep hitting refresh. Again, over time, it'll expire, just pop them back in, but you can get a while off of that. So I see there are some that are, priced higher. So let's clear out. So we've got this to identify basically racers. Let's look at price less than or equal to -1. And let's drop out the age requirement. And let's just drop out all these other filters. Oh, that's price equal to 1. I got to do the difference. That's why. If we go to median price, less than or equal to -1. Sorry, less than or equal to. I don't think it likes negatives in the input. So if we do 0, yeah, there we go. So you can see all these horses now are 0 and negatives. So let's just change this from less than equal to just less than. It doesn't seem to like that logic. Less than. Go back to less than equal to 0. And this gets us, what, 516 out of 805. So then let's go to let's look at grade. Starts with, let's see it, S horses. We can see now, okay, we've got all S, S minus, S plus. So we're at 205. Let's look at price overall. less than or equal to 125,000. Oh, not less than or equal to. Help if I use the right filter there. And then I can sort now by that median price. So I can see right here, full of Coruscant is within my price range. Given this, I mean, huge discount price-wise to the median. But, you know, how many horses are there? Are there one? Are there two? That can be kind of a factor as well. So, you know, you've got to look into this a little more. But I'm also not seeing, hey, great surface condition direction preferences. Don't necessarily love it right now. But I can continue to kind of scroll through. Is there anything here that piques my interest? Well, let's add a direction filter. Greater than or equal to 2. We'll add a surface greater than or equal to 2. And let's just see what comes up. All right. So this is much more manageable. 22 entries. Bump that down to 25. And then let's look at condition. Greater than or equal to 1. Well, okay, that's 18. So let's say 1.5. Slowly just kind of creep this up until there's a list that I'm comfortable with. But I already know this will be within my budget. And horses that I'm potentially interested in. Now, a lot of these you can't necessarily race. Here's one. 124,000 Big Bear S grade RDF 212 male 202,000. Again, if I click him, I can go ahead and purchase right here right away 75 races. And again, it's zoomed in, so you won't get all the data there, but you see the median price, the grade, preference, direction, surface condition, gender, age, injuries, races, average fleet figure, total earnings, biggest earning, podium rate, and win rate. So again, and I could just save this, recycle this, reuse this. So as new horses come in the market, again, this will refresh hourly that I could see, hey, you know, what is the value available to me? What might or might not be a good value? That is the little teaser of the Horse Hub, which will be released hopefully in this week's across the board. Still a few other things I want to add to it, but and just kind of clean up like that preference. But we're mostly there. We are mostly there. Oh, we got a very special guest from Twitter chat, X chat. Not sure if you're still watching, but this is for you. And just wanted to say hi right back. Very cool. Thank you for the comment over on Twitter. Appreciate that. Farut, here, my boy. Have a good stream. Thank you, Farut. Farut is an OG, one of my very first viewers I've ever had and followers. Love you, man. Hope you're doing well. Hope the new job is going well for you. All right. So yeah, that is the Horse Hub. Then let's talk a little bit of Muzzle Run and Muzzle Run football that's coming out. Go ahead and just switch this back up. All right. So yeah, Muzzle Run is a Greyhound racing game on Polygon. They use Matic, and they just announced that they are going to be releasing a football game on Matic as well. And I'm a huge soccer fan, soccer, football, depending on what part of the world you're in. And so I'm very intrigued by this. And I'm intrigued by this because Muzzle Run has such a strong, I'll even say like cult following. Their Discord is active. They're a smaller community, but they seem like they're very dedicated. The Muzzle Run team has communicated very transparently. I think they've built some really cool things in the past, few months, year. So, But yeah, I'm very excited to see where this goes. We got a message on Twitter from Joey G. Joey, yeah, what's the name of your new Philly? We'd be happy to take a look at that for you. Just gonna get through this quick doc on Muzzle Run Football, but then I will definitely review that for you. Farrat says everything's going well. See that you are well too. Absolutely. Happy to see you, bro. You too, man. You too. Really, really happy you're here. Can't believe, we've been chatting since 2011 or 20, sorry, not 2011, 2021. Coffee hasn't hit yet. Okay, so all you need to know about new Muzzle Run football game. I skimmed through this, but we're going to go through this together. I'm going to give my just kind of live reaction and thoughts on this. I'm going to do a little project grading as well. I shared this on some previous streams that I have a project grading rubric. So I'm going to kind of run the project through there. It's a little dated, the rubric itself is. But it's going to be used for a decision for, myself. And so, yeah, once I just got a quick message. It's Sunday fun day. We're gonna take things slow. We're gonna chill. We are going to chill. Thank you, Joey Jeet. I see Miss Prissy is the horse you mentioned. We'll definitely take a look. And can I ask too, are you looking for, racing, breeding? What kind of look do you want me to take? How do you want me to approach the horse? All right, so let's dive into Muzzle Run Football quick. Everything necessary about the game, basics of what to expect when Muzzle Run Football is released. Introductory guide for first step towards becoming a top contender in Muzzle Run Football. Go to NFT types. Currently, 3 types of NFTs used inside Muzzle Run Football. Coaches. Coaches allow you to scout and mint new players. Uncapped number of coaches that will be available for circulation. Abilities. Coaches can be minted and attached to a team. They impact the way the team plays and recruit new players to the club. Coaches will play a role in each game and be an influencing factor in how the team plays. See Coaches Mint for more details. We'll get to that next. Then skills. Public information displayed on the coach NFT. Each stat point below will range from 50 to 100. So tactical. Higher tactical stat, the better strategy. Technical, the higher the technical stat, the higher success rate with big shots, tricky passes, tackles across all players on the field. Vision, higher the vision, the more success players will have with marking on-field decision-making, finding space during a match. Defense, higher defense stat, more likely players will play at their maximum defensive potential, tackling, marking, goalkeeping. Offense, the higher the offense stat, more likely will be maximum offensive potential, passing, shooting, dribbling. Leadership. Higher leadership, the more likely all players will play their maximum potential each game. Special. Experience. The higher the experience, the more success all players will have during big moments, big games, and finding an edge on the field. Note, the coach's experience grows over time based on their duration with the team, the number of games they participate in, and their victories. Larger scale matches contribute more significantly to accumulation of experience. So, just kind of recapping the coaching. One thing that is interesting is I like that they're tying the coach's experience to the performance. And so I think that'll discourage people, constantly swapping out coaches, hopefully. And hopefully kind of retain coaches within certain wallets, players, ecosystems in certain ways. And I'd be really interested to see what that trade-off looks like when you go from one coach to another. Like, if I have a coach, I build up experience, but then I see, another coach that may be available on the market, very similar stats, but maybe a higher defense. What is that trade-off going to be to lose that experience to then bring in a new coach? I think that's going to be really, really interesting in how that could play out. We got Mango Ice in the house. Hey, Mango, how you doing? You bought a couple weeks ago. Let's go. Very exciting. Yeah, we're talking about Muzzle Run Football. And Joey Jeet, I saw your message as well on X. Any your choice done? I'll do a full walkthrough for you. Players. Players a collection of NFTs that will be attached to teams to play for and earn froth. There's an uncapped supply, but can only enter the ecosystem uncapped supply of players, but can only enter the ecosystem by being minted by a coach. There are many variations to collect, which are distributed randomly based on a rarity percentage. Here's the public information. So we have offense, which we kind of covered before, defense, mental is a new one, maximum mental potential, improved decision making, execution, confidence, ability. The more likely a player will be able to play at their maximum physical ability, potential, improved speed. Form, higher the form, the more likely a player will play at their maximum potential. So, um, we've got like a physical potential, we've got a mental potential, we've got a physical ability, and then we have offense and defense, which I think is really interesting in how that could connect with leadership. So, does leadership affect the mental and physical? Are those connected? Are they separated? Just kind of a question I have there. Note, a higher base statistic in a player does not guarantee superior performance to others in that area. Instead, this statistic indicates the potential or likelihood of a player performing at their maximum ability in that specific aspect of the game. So I'm not quite following this. So if I have a player that's a 85 in form, that's not going to guarantee superior performance over someone that might be, let's say, a 75. Instead, the statistic indicates the potential or likelihood of the player performing. So, like, is that just a scale that's then applied to a hidden ability? And so is it just like frequency? I'd want clarified a little bit. Then we got boot preference, left to right, both. Experience, higher the experience, the more a player will have during big moments. Leadership, captaincy and vice captaincy. Positions, preferred positions stated on the card. Beyond that is up to player discovery. Interesting. I kind of like that. Training, players can be trained in two different types of training sessions: permanent, which would improve their base stats, and temporary, which would improve their form. So I wonder then if this would be base stats, offense, defense. Oh, and then is form just separate? I guess it would be like these four and then form separately is how I'm reading that. Abilities, players can be signed to a team, play simulated matches and tournaments, earning froth. Trainers are a collection of NFTs that allow you to train and improve players' conditions. There's an uncapped supply of trainers. Trainers focus on strength and conditioning of players. Trainers will be part of the training process of each player. A trainer will be selected and assist each training session, permanent and temporary. Trainers have skills stated which will impact training sessions of players. So the coaches will affect the quality of play on one level. The players will affect the actual play. And then it looks like the trainers will then affect the degree in which the players will improve. Got a pupper though, sick name Drake. Yeah, sorry, links not allowed just for security reasons, Mango. No worries. No, all good, all good. I saw the link. You're okay. You're okay. So we have a very interesting layering of these different NFTs, and I think that the most intriguing part for me here is how those things are going to be connected with each other. I think will be very, very interesting. Trainers allow you to train your players. Greatly skilled trainers will improve the chances of a player having a good training session, while lesser skilled can still have great training sessions. On average, the better trainers will have better training sessions. Trainers' skill become evident after a few training sessions. That's kind of cool. Little discovery there. Team. Made up of a coach and 11 players with optional substitution players. Teams will belong to a club and be created by a manager, muzzle run player. Teams can participate in tournaments, friendlies, and paid matches that award froth. All right, so I'll talk coaches mint. Sports tab, MetaMask, Polygon. Make sure you have at least 10,000 froth to cover the mint fee. Small amount to buy. Buy team pack, accept the MetaMask prompt, wait for confirmation of a brand new sealed team containing a coach. It can take 1 minute for the new team. The identity, and rarity of your coach and team will be hidden until you exchange your team pack at a later date. Benefits, coach, recruitment. The only way players can enter the Muzzle Run football ecosystem is by an owner of a coach minting a new player. By owning a coach, you can mint new players of any rarity, interesting, for your club, or to sell on the secondary market. More information, see minting. Coaches can be minted and assigned to a team. They'll have impact on the way the team plays. See the NFT types. We talked about that already. So, recruiting allows owners of coaches to mint new players. Players are minted at random according to rarity percentage and delivered sealed for an owner to sign to their club or sell in the secondary market. Oh, we've got a comment on Twitter. UltraPlayer0 says, been wanting to get up to speed here. I appreciate you. Yeah, no problem at all. Appreciate you tuning in. So recruiting allows owners of coaches to mint new players. Players are minted at random according to rarity percentage and delivered sealed. Okay. So it sounds like regardless of how the coach is, we will be able to get rare players. It sounds like that's even. Any coach can recruit a player of any rarity. Boom, there it is. There's no way to predict the rarity of the next recruited player until it is minted and opened. You only need to own one coach in order to recruit a player. The identity and rarity of a player is unknown until the owner of that player opens the pack. I love ribbon packs. You can open up a newly minted player in your club or sell it sealed for the next owner to open. Recruiting has a fee which may change over time. It's one of the ways we protect the value of players in the secondary market. Very cool. Let's go into base stats. Every player has a set of publicly available base statistics that are part of determining skills. Okay, with the exception of condition, all stats can only be improved through training. Condition is increased and decreased based on game results, can also be increased with training. We've kind of went over this. A higher offensive value will also mean your player will, on average, play better offensively than a player with lower offensive skill, if all other factors were the same. Same thing here. Nothing too new here. Form is increased and decreased after every game. The more a player wins, the higher likelihood that player will play better in the next game. Form cannot drop below 50 and cannot go above 100. So that's really interesting. I feel like that's got to be a kind of very small factor in terms of performance, but obviously a relevant one. Because if you just stacked a team hypothetically with players with 100 form, that's going to, like, you would, in theory, just dominate so many people. More info regarding the collections, training, gameplay, and more to be published early 2024. So it looks like we got another stream coming. Looks like we got another stream coming for Muzzle. So I'm going to, here's my my horse. And I've got to race this. I got to do a better job. But if we go to Sport tab, go to app.muzzle.run/sport/soccer/premint. I'm going to drop this link in chat. Again, you sign in with your Muzzle Run account. I have my MJ Gaming account. Let's see what's under promotions. But they are doing a basically a pre-mint right now for a team pack. And I'll zoom in so we can see this a little better. But here's their announcement, and we read through this, the docs, but launching in Q2 2024. The build-up begins now with a special pre-mint available until December 31st, 2023. Secure your full team today and get ready to exchange your pre-mint token in early 2024 for an exclusive set comprising of 11 players, a coach, and a trainer. Plus, purchasers of the team pack will gain first access as a part of exclusive beta team, experiencing the game before anyone else. Gear up for the game and be part of the action from the very beginning. And you can see right here what you get everything you needed to jump in the game right away. 11 players, one coach, and a trainer. Looks like the retail is $29,500, half price for Black Friday, 50% off. I'm gonna run this through my little grader. which I will show on stream here in a minute. Let me just queue this up. And this is, again, this is dated, but this is one way I kind of look at and evaluate. I don't know what word I almost just said there. Projects. I think I tried to combine evaluate and projects into one word. But, so yeah, this is kind of a way I look at or like think of things. So, let's take a look at this. This is my project grading rubric. Again, this is dated. And I've done this for a bunch of other games, but so, and I assign just kind of values. So you can see it's broken down into 4 sections. We have economy, which is the biggest, the team itself behind it, the community, and then finally the gameplay. And this is how everything is weighted. So, is the team doxed? Yes, absolutely. Is there a roadmap available? I'm going to say, no. I'm going to say like, it's not yes, but late, but it's in that middle value section because this is a proven team that has delivered. It doesn't sound like they're going too complex. I'm not expecting visuals. I don't know about visuals or anything like that, but I know they have delivered and they can deliver. So I'm going to give them kind of a middle grade valuation there because it's not out there. I guess this is purely just roadmap. Yeah, roadmap is not out there yet. Discord, I'd say yes, that's very active. That gets max points. The ratio to Twitter gets max points as well because there's about 2,000 and 2,000 in both, and then divided by 1,001. So it's a smaller scale game. And you can see this goes all the way up to 5,000. Art, do I like it? So let's go back to just look at like the muzzle run. I mean, this looks pretty freaking cool. If we go to racing, go to my kennel. Like I don't dislike the art. It's not like the coolest thing ever. I don't want to print it out and frame it, but I also don't think that's the point of it. So for kind of my art grade on this, yeah, I'll give it that. Fun. Is it fun? Soccer games are fun. I can't play it yet, so I don't know. But just given the way that everything was worded, I think this is going to be just kind of like a tactical plug and play, run the simulation type thing. I would find that fun for myself. This is very personal. Not everyone's going to be grading things the same way. This is my grade. Because this isn't something that would be super time committed. I think of like a traditional football manager that becomes so granular. This seems a little more high level. It would be repetitive. I don't necessarily think that would be boring. But with the way that players grow in form and stats and trading, I think that could be kind of fun. Market leader. There are other games out there that I think are a little bit more in depth. But Muzzle Run, I think, has a very strong dedicated community, so I'm going to put that in the middle. Again, this is my personal rating. This isn't what I'm saying everyone should follow. Ponzi money grab. So 15, that means no. I really don't think so. They've got elements in place to protect the players that they said. Obviously, I'd want to understand that, but it's not a Ponzi money grab. This team has proven themselves. They're dedicated. They're out there. Player base, I put in the middle just because it's a little smaller. And I don't know how much of the current Muzzle player base will transfer over to the football. But that being said, this could also open the door to like new players, new potential. So I that's why I gave that the middle one. And then dev stage, I mean, they're not even beta yet. So that's at a 0. So we're at a 68 out of 100. But if we get that out and it goes out, so that becomes a 78. And then some of these answers will change depending on the state of the game. So for a pre-launch game that doesn't exist yet, we've got Max Team. We've got Community. We've got 17 and a half out of 25. We've got Community. We've got a 16 out of 20, so very solid there. Gameplay, we are at a 12 and a half out of a potential 15, so very solid for a game that's not even out yet. And then we're at a 22 and a half out of 40, but that's really just hurt simply because the game isn't out yet. So overall, the 68.5, even though it's red for a pre-release game, in my opinion, is pretty high. Um, so much so that I have the Matic. Maybe I'll just grab the Black Friday pack, says Mo. So I think I think I'm gonna get in. Again, not financial advice. This is just me doing it myself. Before we do that though, got a question from chat. Mango, what's the difference between your two Twitters, MJ? I was looking at the other one trying to find a stream tweet. I found it though. Yeah, so that was kind of done a while back when I was going to I was in talks with some people about expanding um my network and bringing in other content creators and streamers that I felt met um, some very high quality standards in terms of transparency, content creation, things like that. And bringing them under the kind of umbrella of an MJ Gaming network, expanding our reach, giving them access to, tools, insights, basically just a platform. Unfortunately, though, that uh, given the bear and some people took some time away from things, that's kind of put on hold. So it's there, but it's just kind of paused for the time being. So we're gonna go back to the big screen while I work on getting this all of this transferred over, because I would like to see if I can do this quickly. We got to figure out what the. Did we lose our Mo music? Yeah, we are. We're gonna recycle that back. We are going off. I don't want Twitch to be upset with me anymore. There we go. Oh, I just can't figure that out. How did that jump over? Yeah, again, not financial advice. I'm not trying to pressure anyone to do it. Do it based on, what works for you. Um, Currently just swapping some things right now. And so when you mint this, it's in froth. So if we go, let me reject that quick. If we go to funds and credits. Froth. So if a team is 14,750 froth, which is just fun to say froth. That's 147.5 Matic. Now the question is, how much Matic do I have? I have 27 Matic currently. So that would be 147.5 times 2. 295 if I were to get 2 teams. How much is it? 295? What was that math? Yeah, 295 if I wanted 2 teams. All right. So if I look at my wallet, place the froth order. It's going through. It's the order is in progress. While that happens, I'm going to go get some coffee. I'll be right back, chat. All right. So let's take a look here. All right, let's get this share back up. So yeah, I now have 29,600 froth. Which I just like saying froth. I'd like to buy a pack. Okay, yep, 14,750. Cool, I like that. Nice clean max. It doesn't set the max like when I add it to my wallet of like a billion. Next. Cool. Confirm transaction. All right. Minting in progress. Please wait. Yep. Cool. You see that? Confirmed. Please don't exit the page. Take up to a minute depending on network congestion. Sweet. Success. You've just minted a new team pack. You can view your NFT on OpenSea. Interesting. Let's see what these are going for on OpenSea. 84 items currently. None of them are listed. Interesting. Cool. The rubric. Let's go back to Muzzle Run. That's what I want. All right. Let's see. Can I buy a second pack? Yep. Max is set. Approve. Confirm transaction. Confirm. Minting in progress. Let's go. Mint confirmed. All right, so I am now an owner of 2 teams for Muzzle Run Football. Talk about going all the way in. Yeah. So very, very excited. I love soccer. So, and excited to also support this team. I've seen what they've done. There's no partnership here. This is me doing it out of my own wallet. So yeah, excited to see where this goes. We had a request from Twitter, from Joey Jeet, looking at the horse Miss Prissy. Let me just fire this up quick. Oh my god, ID. All right, let's take a look at Miss Prissy here. All right, so Miss Prissy is a 1-year-old filly, A+, 1 left, 1 turf, 1 soft. I say level 1, I meant age 1. Horses for sale currently. Let's see what that price is. 200,000. So, I mean, we'll plug this into the horse hub just to see where that's kind of sitting. So, age 1 filly. So let's clear all. And we'll just totally refresh in case there's a new list of horses in here. So if I look at now gender equals female and age equals 1. should see, boom, Miss Prissy right here. So for those horses, and then I'll do grade equals A plus. Oh, I think it's because I don't have the right matching setup. Oh, there we go. We got A plus here. Okay, good. So if I'm looking at this now, and I'm going to sort by, we're sorting by medium price. We'll just sort by price overall. So like Miss Prissy was up there. Let's sort by preference. LTS, and again, that will be in the kind of full production of this. So we've got a full of weekend noodles. And then Miss Prissy. As LTS, and you can see right here that this is the big, so above the median, full of weekend noodles, listed for a ton of money. Miss Prissy not. So this negative here is a little, again, misleading, but you can see that very, very quickly. So now if we just look at price overall, I can see now that, Miss Prissy is down here. So, I mean, down at the lower end for a lower stat pref. So maybe a little, or track pref, maybe a little high price-wise there. Let's take a look at the bloodline. Big balls, nice. And hay fever. So we have an S and an A. Let's plug these horses into the breed barn and breeder board and see what we can pull out here. Thank you for the support, Mango and Mo. Yeah, Joey says no shot to get that much. Hey, but no shame. I want to make that clear. Like, I'm not trying to put you down for listing her at that price. I've listed horses at that price. If that's what you are willing to part with the horse for, go for it. There's nothing wrong with that. So we're gonna clear this out. It was big balls, and glad you're still here. Glad you stuck around. Thank you. I appreciate that. We've got big balls and hay fever. I misspelled hay fever. It's 2 words. There we go. Okay, here we go. So, interesting. So just kind of looking at their grade comparisons, right? Is that Visarch? That was what I was looking at earlier. Yeah, so this is interesting because we have an LTS with an RDF. And I mean, definitely, so we'd expect a left of 1.8 if we were to look at the average. And we've got a left of 1. We would expect a surface of 1.5 on turf. Or probably less than that because we're going like from, we got to go through 0 and we got 1. Again, same thing here. So probably knock that down by like another half. And then condition, soft and firm. We would expect a 1, maybe a little less on condition. And we got a 1 on condition. So kind of, okay, kind of there. High siblings with big balls. Not many races between them. Max fleet figure of 93, though. That is wild. Profit, average profit. HE is not super strong, but not bad. 20 boost horse, and then we've got a 5 boost. GAC is 2, and GAC is -3 on hay fever. So, for a total of a -1 there. So what I'm seeing here, looking at this top one, is I have some concerns over hay fever in breeding with big balls. I don't think grade wise and GAC wise, um, boost wise, that it's necessarily going to be a super strong combo. Another thing that concerns me here is just that we don't have many races for hay fever, and so hay fever is the teal right here, and doesn't look like she ran many races or ran them well. And so when I look at then this, we're looking for two small bars stacked on top of each other. Like if you can get two small bars below 80, that could be good if you believe in distant preference. And if that is true, I'm not saying it is. But this right here is kind of the aggregate of the fleet figure. And what I don't like is that where we are seeing, I mean, we're going to see big depths because it's an A with an S grade. But the fact that this is really kind of coming down in these spots, I don't think is super strong. That being said, this line is really much more valuable when you're breeding closer grades together. I think, depending on, let's take a look at your stable. So yeah, you've got Tyrus. Yeah, look at all. Why is... Oh, because it's listed. That's why it's not showing up in your stable. If you, small stable, this could be a horse that you could build off because you have a female. This could be an opportunity. I personally don't see as strong any signs. I'm not saying it won't or can't, but I'm not seeing any signs here that are going to point to a strong racer, in my opinion. I would consider trying to breed and kind of build up. Looks like you'll be wanting to build up the LTS through that. Any other PFL questions or thoughts here? Or muzzle run? Most says, good stream. Going to have to go look at muzzle run football a bit more. I still have 2 more fillies to breed before Tuesday. Oh, man. Very exciting. Very exciting. Yeah, I got, speaking of breeding, I got all my breeds in this past week, and I'm really excited because I am going for a new, not a new strategy. I had my breeding strategy, and I'm pivoting that slightly based off of the performance I'm seeing from the foals that I targeted specifically for my breeding strategy. Very, very excited to see where this goes. Mango says, we were ready to start PFL last weekend after your stream set aside 2K for it, but partner got scammed and wallet drained. Oh, no. Now indefinitely postponed. Very sorry to hear that, Mango. Very sad about that, too. That is one of the worst feelings. It happened to me earlier, and that is not cool. Mo says, I went to Elvis in Indian Wells twice. RIP Derby. Ugh. Yeah, it happens. It's very... Oh, a Bryce imposter in Discord. Great. Talk to him for days. That is way too bad. Very, very, very sorry to hear that, Mango. All right, we can get off of that. We'll just go here. Let's see what we got in terms of updates. Thank you for the love on Twitter, Mango. Appreciate that. Wow, he had an active DM with the real Bryce and didn't see both. Jeez, that's heartbreaking. Way, way, way too bad. Ugh. All right, well, I think I'm going to sign off, chat. It looks like we're good time to wrap up now. Got a little teaser on the Horse Hub. Got into muzzle run football with 2 teams, and excited to see where that goes. And muzzle with Drake. Love that. Love that. Good luck with Drake and muzzle, Mango. Thank you all for tuning in. I will see you hopefully in a few days for Across the Board and the official release of the Horse Hub. Have a good one, everyone.